All right, welcome back. Chinasa Bonye joins us now, and we'll continue with our discussion. But Chinasa, let me quickly welcome you to the show today. It's nice having you around.
Good morning, Yemi. Good morning, Cecilia. Good to have you back.
Right. Thank you.
Let me allow Cecilia talk about the first. A lot of things we have to, talk about, cover a lot of ground. But Cecilia.
Yeah, talking about, over the weekend, Nigerian Football Federation, it was announced that okay, they will be playing Argentina again. Because I remember there was some qualifier for World Cup. We played Argentina in Nigeria twice. Here was 4-1. Then, away, we know what happened that way. But then we'll still savor the fact that, okay, we had that fantastic victory. But then this particular friend is going to be a big test, for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We know the focus, there's still Algeria game, but after that, we'll play on the 14th of November. That's the tentative date for it. That's after Argentina would have played Russia. And from the squad we've seen, from the Argentina side, they have the big names, there. They qualified for the World Cup, their last qualifier game, which was really a huge one and a huge relief for all of them. So having this crop of players and having the Super Eagles coming together, will you say it's going to be a good start for preparations for the World Cup? Yeah,
it will definitely be a good one for us, because anytime you play against a team as big as Argentina, a team as talented, as Argentina, it will definitely help you prepare, help you see some places and some aspects of your team you think improvement it will be needed. So it's a welcome one. We'll play Algeria, we'll play Argentina, and because then after that will be the draws on the 1st of December. Then we'll now know our opponents. We also hear that the English FA might want to play against Nigeria, but they're waiting for the draw so that they can see, what's going on and how it will pan out. So it's definitely playing against Argentina. It's a big deal.
There's a school of thought that's saying it's coming too early, that you probably would play that game without some of your best players. I don't know if Leon Balogun will be okay by then, Victor Moses. And, some are saying that may not be a true reflection of our powers. I don't know if you agree, but some have come up with that look, is it not too early?
It's two things. We're going to test ourselves, one, and two, we're going to watch the opponents. We're going to see how, because the draws will be happening in December. Yeah. We don't know, we might be in the same group with Argentina. Again? So you might never tell, because we've been in the same group with them, I think 3 times out of the 5 World Cups we've gone to. So, and if that happens, we would have learned some things, and how we can better improve ourselves. I think it's something that is good. It will happen for the whole team in general. Improvements will be made. We'll learn some things. We'll find out some things also about the Argentines. So
aside from the fact that
there are only positives for me.
Okay, let me put it this way. Would it bother you if we're not going to be able to play them with our full strength squad, knowing that Sampaoli has called, like Cecilia said, is best? Would it trouble you a little if something now happens and maybe some of our players? I'm just saying.
No, the only problem why we might not play them with our full squad is the first fact that
injuries and stuff.
Aside injury, we know the game against Algeria is meaningless. It's a dead rubber. We're not going to go there. Like, if we're going to go to the game against Algeria needing our full complement of players, and everybody, then you know that after that game, 4 days later, so you get to play the Argentines. But if you go to Algeria if we use our fringe players, basically we'll still use them against Argentina. And at the end of the day, see, sometimes these guys need to test themselves against the best, and I don't care whatever team will put out, because the team will put out will be a team made of hopeful players, some of the main players that might be going to the World Cup, and players that want to make a case for themselves going to the World Cup. So it works for me.
Maybe because let me come in here. When you talk about the fact that if it's too early, I don't think it's too early, because Argentina is playing Nigeria, for instance. Now, anytime you play a very competitive game, you just have to, because you're still looking at FIFA ranking. Also, when you rank, it's also another advantage.
No, the word is out there, not my opinion, though.
Okay, what's out there? I think it's never too early. If you're meant to play Algeria tomorrow, and what's Algeria? Which country now? Maybe Germany, and they say, okay, they want to play Nigeria next Saturday, and they're ready to foot the builds and all that. Bring the players. Remember Gennett Rowe talking about the fact that he doesn't have a World Cup squad yet. He needs to also still look at other players, especially in some positions that he feels we're deficient. So what he needs to do. And another thing is, I don't think there's a Nigerian player who will be saying he doesn't want to come play the Algeria game, knowing that we will be playing Argentina. Yeah. Every player obviously always wants to be there. Leon Balogun stuff, he tweeted and says he has also refuted the fact that, look, the guy who wrote the story, are you my team doctor and all that? Look, really can't tell. He's a cheekbone. He could heal in 2 weeks and all that. Yeah. He could be ready for that game also. So I think our best players, we don't really have a major injury worry, apart from Victor Moses and all that. But then he's saying, look, what we want to do is the players I'm taking to the World Cup are the players I want to test in the game against Algeria. So if he's having that at the back of his mind, so you have the Argentina game very close by where you can test, or you can play, I mean, substitution as much as you can. So you have opportunity to really look at the players. So this one, grab it with full hands. All the players, if they can, except barring any injury, all of them will have to assemble, and all of them need to play that game for him to be able to study them very well and start preparations in earnest. We're looking at Junior, thinking it's far. How many FIFA free windows do you really have before that time? That's also another aspect you have to look at.
Yeah,
so I think it's really totally, not too early. So anytime we just...
I totally agree with Cecilia, because we can, any team we put out there, it will be a team made up of players that want to be at the World Cup and that will be at the World Cup. So, you know, testing themselves against Argentina is always a big plus. Like I said earlier, I only see positives. I don't see any negatives from that game.
All right, so I guess before we let this issue rest, the Argentines take pride in whatever they do. You know, they lost to us at some point, and they called for a rematch almost immediately. So I'm looking at this game. You want to believe that the Argentines will take it seriously, and it might be just more than a friendly.
Really?
We know what we want from the game. You know, it's not about. It won't be about the results.
Okay.
We're looking at certain things, you know. So, of course, everybody, the fact that we're not looking at the result doesn't mean that they will go there and they will want to. They are footballers, they are competitive sportsmen by nature, so they will definitely want to put out a good, you know, very solid performance. But at the end of the day, for me, it's not about result, it's about what we can get, you know, from the friendlies.
Before we travel abroad, I'm going to put you on the spot because you said something that the viewers didn't get to hear. So you're going to say it now and they're going to hear it. Let's talk about continental football. Me and Cecilia have been praising the South Africans for their rise, and it's been very meteoric. And some are even saying Nigeria can't even rank, you know, with the South Africans as it stands now. The North Africans have always been ahead. I mean, no doubt about that. But the South Africans, or let me just say South Africa is an emerging force. Now, but you don't seem to agree. You just say they are okay structurally.
No, the thing is, at the end of the day, let me give you an example. If you have two footballers and you have one that is crazily talented and, you know, maybe doesn't have the discipline or doesn't have the background to help him nurture his talent and get to where he's going to. And you have another footballer that is not as talented but has the proper structure, that is being groomed in a certain way. At the end of the day, the one that has a proper plan, a proper structure, would actually might make something more out of his career than the one that is, you know, very talented. So it brings me back to South African League. Yes, we've always said that they might not have the talent, they might not have that, but talent is not like exclusive to a certain part of people, to a certain type of people, because if not, maybe just one type of team or country would always win everything. So they have been very, you know, structured. They have been very organized. It's been happening for a long time. It's only going to pan out positively for them in the long run. You know, they've had, we've seen players go there, we'll see players go to the South African League to play. The money is good, the structure is good, everything is working well. And it will only take a matter of time, they will begin to churn out good footballers, you know, people that know the rudiments of the game, that fundamentally they have been trained properly to know what to do. You know, sometimes skill can only get you so far. Okay. So everything, it's a complete package, and that is what we're beginning to see now with the South Africans. You know, because in this part of the world, we always feel that once you have the talent, once you have the skill, you know, you can do anything you want to do, but it's never enough.
So it's more of structure.
It's never enough. So
it's more structure for the South Africans.
Yes, it's structure. It's a long-term thing. You know, it's a long-term thing that they've had. So it will only begin to bear fruit at some point, and that's what we're beginning to see.
All right. Cecilia, let's travel to Germany and talk about the German Bundesliga. A lot of interesting results. Let's quickly bring it to you. Let's allow you to see it. Results over the weekend. For your Pine case, I mean, still, everything's still going on well for him. So let's see if we can get that for you. German Bundesliga results there. Okay, that's it on your screen. Let me quickly run through this result. Augsburg lost to Hannover. You have Borussia Mönchengladbach, well, lost to Bayer Leverkusen 1-5. And Frankfurt played a 2-2 draw with Dortmund. Dortmund seem to be imploding these days.